Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing? Tracy Ellison
You,
here. I have two of my business partners. We might have some more come on during the time that we're going to talk to you guys. And basically, we're going to give you everything that we said we're going to give you as far as how to get started in real estate right now, and then also why right now is the best time for you to get started. If you thought about it before, if you haven't thought about it, and you feel like it's something a vehicle that you can do, and then also if even for those who already are successful and you have some money sitting somewhere, you might try to figure out how can you put that money into real estate to be able to get the greatest return. Because I tell you guys, there's a lot of ways to get return on your investment, but real estate is one of the biggest ways that you'll get return, and also some of the lowest risks as far as making sure that your money is safe and investing it in the right way. And so we're going to tell you guys all types of ways that you can do real estate investing. I mean, literally, there's a plethora of different ways that you can get inside of the game, and also you can elevate on different levels depending on what your current resources is, and then also what your current knowledge and your current strengths are. So there's a whole lot of different ways that you can get into the real estate industry. So we're going to talk about a few. We're going to try to be a little bit interactive with you guys. If you're on YouTube and you put a comment in the comment box, one of us will try to chime in and see if it's a question that you have so we can actually answer some of your questions. And then also, like I said, we're going to tell you guys how you can actually get started with this and different ways that you can do that. All right, so I'm gonna let them introduce themselves too. I know they're on mute right now, but I'm gonna let you guys know I'm Tracy Ellison. I am a full-time real estate investor. I'm also a licensed agent. I'll probably be a broker in like another month or so, just for some other reasons. But I do full time. I'm full time, doing this real estate thing, and I definitely can say that it took a lot of work and a lot of energy to learn it, but it was very simple. That's kind of how I can sum it up. Like, it doesn't take rocket science. It doesn't matter what your background is. It don't matter if you got felonies. It don't matter if you working full time. If you don't have a job, never had a job. If you went to school, if you have no money, if you had money, none of that stuff matters in this game. It's really about consistency and being persistent in order to really make this thing happen. So that's the only thing. I mean, that's the one thing that I can say just about real estate investing and kind of where I'm at and how I got where I am. But I'm gonna let you guys kind of introduce yourself too, since you're here. Whoever want to do next.
all right, cool. Well, I'll go first. My name is Tavon Diggs. I'm originally from Philadelphia, but I'll be landing in Georgia very, very shortly, and I'm very, very, very excited about that move. And one of the actual reasons why I'm actually moving out there actually has to do with real estate. I've been working closely with Trey over the years, my best friend, also my business partner and my mentor. And I've been using this system over the course of a few months, and I was able to get appointments. So the script works. I was definitely able to get appointments. I just haven't been able to get the deal to close, but that's surely to come as long as I stay consistent. And I really just wanted to get out there and be close to my mentor and be able to work side by side and really start to really change my life. Because one of my main goals, and I was actually just talking about this with my girlfriend, is to be able to at least send like my mom and my dad at least like $1,000 to $1,000 a month, just on a whim, just to be able to help them that much. And man, my girlfriend she was like, yo, babe, I would love to be able to do that for my mom. And that's the type of things that real estate can provide. And it can also provide generational wealth for your family, so your children don't have to want for anything. And that's why I'm making real estate investing my full-time investment in myself, and I'm going out to Georgia and just taking it head on and making it my full-time job to go dive into real estate investing and just change my life. Go ahead, Darl.
All right, just took myself off mute. What's going on, guys? My name is Darl Goodman. I'm a full-time firefighter, and I want to say full-time real estate investor as well. I do real estate at work at the station. We're not running calls busy, but what I do, if you guys haven't caught Tavon and myself's if you haven't caught our interview. I definitely went into depth, a little case study of what it's like to be in the real estate world, the no money approach. But definitely, I like to key into the regular folks like myself. Like I said, I'm just a regular old firefighter guy that's just, trying to make it like everybody else. And I just key into the people that I just like to be realistic, pretty much. I don't like to say, hey, like, because some people, they don't want to make necessarily a business out of this. They just want this to supplement their true dreams and aspirations. So what I do is key into the people who say, you know what, I want to get into real estate, and I don't know exactly how, I don't know exactly what's going to go on, but I help the people like myself who just want to get in, make, nice amount of money. I made a nice amount of money. And the thing is, most of the investors that I've made the money with, haven't met these people. I haven't even seen these people before. And I just want to show everybody my particular niche. We're definitely going to get into that. I know you guys definitely on here. Miss Ashley, she might be able to make it on, and we'll definitely get in contact with everybody here that joins. But we definitely just want to just go over how you guys can make money, honestly, in real estate. And like I was saying, no money down. There's creative finance routes that Tracy is definitely takes advantage of. It's something called wholesaling real estate. If you guys haven't heard of that, we got our guy Tracy, and he left again, but we'll get him back. But but yeah, he's having technical difficulty. Oh wait, do we got him?
Yeah.
I think
My computer just died on me out of nowhere.
gotcha.
It didn't give me any warning, and I'm like, I usually get a warning, but yeah,
Gotcha. But yeah, that's pretty much the little quick rundown about myself. Just nothing crazy. Don't want to be all fancy about it. I want to just cater to the real life people with jobs. A lot of guys or whatever, you might have your own businesses. You want to do this on the side, which you can definitely do it. Like I said, I'm a full-time firefighter. I do this on the side. But even though it's side money, it may surpass what you bring in from your regular job. But yeah, definitely that's the quick rundown. Myself, Tavon, Tracy, and I guess we can get into a little bit further about how this niche works. If Tracy wanted to, since he's back with us,
Yeah, my fault. So I missed your whole story, so I don't even know what part you ran down, what you didn't. But
right.
I got the story already, man. You started before me with investing, and definitely we just kind of went along with the same path and started to see each other have success. So I know that was definitely excellent for us to be able to do that. But like I said, we have some more. I think we have some more people that's jumping on later. But for now, we're just going to ride out. And the main thing that I want to talk to the guys that's viewing this right now, the guys or girls, is trying to figure out where you fit in. Because like I said, there's so many different ways that you can do real estate investing. So I'm going to talk about a few different ways. And then I'm going to talk about a few different ways a few different things that you need in order to be able to establish yourself to be able to do that certain niche or that certain strategy. And so certain times you'll notice that you may have a certain goal that might be a long-term goal. But what can you do right now to get into it to get you closer to that long-term goal? You might have to start at some of the other strategies and then work your way up to build the certain resources or knowledge or network in order to be in a position to do some of the other strategies the right way. Some certain ones I don't recommend for certain people to jump right in and then go do, fix and flip, for example. And so I'm gonna just lay out a few of them. There's a whole lot of them. I don't know if I would touch every single one of them, but just a few of them are, I start from the scale, of like wholesale investing. That's more so you basically flipping contracts. You're not necessarily flipping properties, and we'll get more into detail about that. You can also do what's called lease option. And doing a lease option is basically you're taking a property and you're going to lease it with an option to purchase it. And that's a different type of real estate investing that you can focus on as a niche. Then you can also do the fix and flip, which is what everybody pretty much know. When you think about real estate, you think about fixing and flipping or rehabbing. When you take a property, you buy it, you fix it and make it pretty, and then you resell it on the market. Then you also have the buy and hold strategy, where a lot of people think about as basically being a landlord, where you buy a property and then you'll hold on to the property and rent it out for a certain amount of certain period. You also have people that buy properties just for appreciation. where it's still buy and hold, but they might not rent it out. They'll just buy it and then hold on to it because they know that area appreciate in such and such years, and they can just resell it and get their profit. Then you also have people that focus on seller financing, where you actually either hold the property yourself and you have clear title, and you'll be able to finance the property like you're a bank. And so that way you're not a landlord, you're just basically the bank. You hold the notes to the properties, and you don't even have anything to do with the actual property or anything, any of the risk with that. You just hold the bank note, you get paid every month. That's another strategy. You also have, did I miss anything? You guys can think of something else?
As far as that you pretty much touched on all of them, especially like the people who just want to get in and just pretty much make the, I can't call it quick cash, but just make it, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. I mean, there's other little strategies inside of those main strategies that I mentioned where you can kind of tweak it and make it your own and things like that. But that's some of the main things that when you get into real estate. Oh, also new construction. I'm sorry. New construction, multifamily, invest in commercial properties. Those are, the other three that I think I was thinking of in my head, where I kind of got my hand in all of those. Really got into the game as a real estate agent. Really didn't know nothing about real estate at all. And then went into being some of the creative strategies where I ain't had no money. I didn't really know what I was doing. And I figured I'd start off with a low risk strategy. And then from there, I've kind of had my hands in everything. I can pretty much jump into any faucet of investing, and I know my way around. But that's from starting from, one of the lower risk strategies. So if we had to start with one and then use them on a scale of low risk to high risk, and what you need, we definitely usually recommend people who don't have any knowledge at all of real estate, who don't have hardly any money really to invest into real estate right now, or don't have any credit to invest in the real estate right now, or you don't have a network of people that are either cash rich or skill rich in real estate. If you don't have a network of folks, you don't have those things, we usually recommend you start off with one of the lower risk strategies, and that's wholesale investing or lease options. So we usually have you start off with that. Now, if you're somebody who you have a network of folks, or you have some cash or some credit, or you have some real estate knowledge in general, you can kind of jump in with some of the higher risk strategies like buying and holding, or fixing and flipping and things like that. Now, when you have more than enough cash on hand and reserve, and you have a real big network of people and skills that's in your corner, then I would recommend getting to multifamily, commercial, new construction, and things like that. I usually wouldn't recommend, I don't care if you have $100,000 right now, I don't recommend you go out and start a new construction property on your own. Unless you got a network of people, you got the cash reserve on your hand, you have that, but then you also have some real estate knowledge yourself too, when you're going to be investing, that amount of cash into an investment. I would recommend you have at least the knowledge, the network, and all of those things working if you're on a new construction side. But when you take those risks into consideration, those bigger risks that you're going to take are going to get you the biggest bang for your buck. And so if you have $100,000 and you put it into a new construction project, you can make $1 million. You see what I'm saying? But it's going to come with a bigger risk. So unless you have those things in place, I wouldn't recommend to go straight there. The same thing with doing a fix and flip. You make a little bit more money if you're doing a fix and flip versus doing like a wholesale strategy. But you can also risk that money, even more if you don't have the right things in place. So that's kind of, a rundown of kind of on a spectrum of different processes of real estate investing. And then you also have being a licensed agent. I haven't brought that up. And that's a total different ballgame. You being a licensed agent and being a real estate investor. So for example, I'm a licensed agent, but I don't have my agent hat on when I'm doing real estate investing. I'm in there as the principal to buy the property, to have interest in the property, things like that. And, more of a partnership on those type of levels. When I'm an agent, I'm actually representing the seller. And so I'm having their best interests at heart. I have a fiduciary duty for their interests at that point and not my own. And now I'm representing them. And at that point, you need to be licensed, with the state in order to do that type of real estate transaction when you're representing someone. And so that's the difference. And you can make a lot of money as a real estate agent too, but like I said, it's just a different ball game than with the real estate investing part. Because with the real estate investing part, like I said, it don't matter if you got a background, you got to pass no tests, you don't have to worry about getting to, going with a broker, having them take a cut of your certain things. That doing real estate investing gets you a little bit more free of those things, but you still have to have some knowledge as far as what you're doing. And so,
right. I didn't want to cut you off, Tracy. don't know if people can leave comments or anything. If you guys could try to leave some comments on
Let me
YouTube,
see. Yeah, I know, right? To see if folks ask the questions. Let me see if
see
I can pull
some
up the.
feedback.
There's a white box on the side to the right. If you're not sure where to leave the comments at, there's a white box to the right. If you're watching on YouTube, it says "Say Something." So
Oh,
you
it does. Okay.
feel free to type in there, and then we can respond in the comments.
Right. I
Find
want
here,
to see feedback. If you guys can definitely hear, just click on the say something box, like Tavon said. It's kind of in the upper right hand side. If you can leave some comments, concerns, questions, whatever the case may be. But yeah, you can go ahead, Tracy, whatever. I just want to
I
see.
appreciate that, man, because I definitely didn't make that specific on. Definitely put your comments in there because we want to make it interactive, meaning that if you haven't had a question and you haven't had a chance to talk to somebody that's really doing this, you know what I mean? I mean, this really is an opportunity where like we're actually doing this thing. We're getting consistent deals. This is a business. We're able to have a straight income off of it, for us. So if you have a question and you're sitting there at home and it's pondering in your mind and you go Google it somewhere and go on forums and go try to find the answer out, we probably have a very direct answer and can guide you on somewhere. So use this opportunity to really, ask your questions if you have some. But anyway, we'll dig into a little bit more on some of the strategies that I mentioned. We're able to help you with any of the strategies, any of the niches that you choose in real estate investing, but we're going to dig a little bit more into the category of how you can get started without using none of your own money, none of your own credit, and hardly any risk in this thing. Like we're going to kind of dig into those because like I said, you can do a lot of the other ones and it is a lot of profit in those as well. But what I find is that, what I find is that when you start with those, when you start with the lower risk strategies, even if you have some money, you don't have to risk your own. So right now I'm, so-called like doing a buy and holding strategy, except I'm not buying or holding, but I get all of the benefits of a buy and hold, but I'm just doing a no risk creative strategy, and I have some of the same. So I call it control without ownership. So I have control over several units where I'm like the landlord, but I don't have a lot of the risk where I'm not liable for a lot of the things if something happens with the property. And there's different ways that you can work those things out. But doing that strategy first helps you to build the network. It helps you to build your knowledge of the real estate industry without taking on any of the risks. You see what I'm saying? And then also, if you don't have any money or credit, it helps you to get into the game without you having to worry about, I'm going to wait until I fix my credit, or I'm going to wait until I got enough money that I can invest into the real estate industry. You're going to wait, and then you're still not going to have the knowledge of the network to really execute. So you're never going to really get in there. So if you get in there now, and and you make it work and you figure these strategies out as far as no money, no credit, creative real estate investing, that'll help you to build your network, build your money and your capital, and then also it'll help you to have your risk down. So when you do move up to some of the other higher risks, you won't forfeit that money real quick because you don't have the knowledge at the end of the day. So
hey, we got a question.
Oh, okay, cool.
All right, so from Anisha Perry, she said, where should someone who already has rental properties and is an agent start off at? No rush to answer, but
Okay, so she has rental properties and she's a real estate agent.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it kind of depends on what your long-term goal is. In this thing, are you trying to take those properties and do like a monopoly and turn it into a multifamily, or is it more so like you got your properties, you're not really getting the return you want on these properties? You kind of want to figure out another strategy on how can you get a better return on what you're looking for. So say for instance, and I know what it is with landlord, and because I help people that's landlords all the time. To do better strategies. And I actually have a partnership right now with a property management company, with the owner of a property management company. We've been on a joint venture, and he's basically helping all his clients to fit their portfolio over to lease options, where lease options is kind of like, you're leasing your property out, but you're taking out a lot of the responsibilities from yourself as a landlord. And so you put the maintenance to be on the tenant's responsibility. You're finding a better quality tenant that they're going to put more money down. And then also you're getting them on a contract where they're going to be able to purchase the property and take better care of it. And it's just a way better deal. You get to take out a lot of things where if you're a landlord, usually you bought the property, you may have some leverage on it, you may not, but then you find that the cash flow that you thought you was going to have usually don't work out to be that by the end of the day with the capital expenses that you got to put out every year to the maintenance of the property, the headache that you got to deal with the tenants or the property management company and things like that. Usually the money don't equal out on you. Like, okay, I got these properties, but the money might not equal out. So usually most people who are landlords, especially the single families, usually want to move up and just cash that
Hey,
Oh,
Trace.
man.
All right, there we go. The audio went out real.
Oh, you getting choppy, Trey?
Got a caller calling for lease option, and I'm on my phone. But get
Okay.
calling for now. So anyway, yeah, basically, figuring out what's your strategy on moving up and what type of return you want. Because you can also take those properties, leave those tenants in there, and then, take the money on the equity part and go reinvest that into a new construction. And with the new construction, I mean, as an agent, you already got the network. You can find some builders. You can find a team that can kind of watch the property. And your return on a new construction is just like so much greater. Like I wouldn't even recommend you put the money into a fix and flip if you have some properties that you can take the equity out of. I would just say go straight to new construction, build a team there, because the return on new construction is just ridiculous. I mean, you can build a house for like $20,000 and it'll appraise for $100,000, $150,000, and the exact area as an agent. You got access to be able to find the right land, run the right numbers. The new construction game is like that's where I would recommend if you already got like 9 rental properties, you can take the equity out, or you can also, like I said, take your rental properties. The tenants, if they're a real big headache or it's a big turnover, turn them over to some lease option properties, and that way it takes a lot of your risks out and a lot of your expenses, and then a lot of your headache away, and that'll enable you to still be able to do some other strategies. But if you're kind of deciding almost too, because I know as an agent with me, it was like am I going to be a full-time agent or am I going to be a full-time investor? And sometimes it's hard for us to make that decision. You kind of want to stay in between, and I had just made a choice like I just felt like being an investor fit me more, and so I put all my energy into that. And I'm not as much as an agent anymore, but that's kind of something personal that you have to figure out. But I would definitely recommend if you already got rental properties. I know you already know what your goals are, and try to move up from there, because I'm sure you're not trying to stay there. That's why you asked the question. Like, okay, I got 9 properties. I thought this was the end goal. Like, I want to have 10 properties. That's usually like I had 10 properties. I'm cool. That's usually not how it works out. So the next phase would be like taking the bigger strategies, or just changing your portfolio around. If you the type of person like I need something I want to leave a legacy for my kids. And, I want some buy and hold properties where I can hold it and pass it down. But I even recommend just going to multifamily and buying a hold on that tip, because your numbers are and it's easier to get that managed. But yeah, no, that's cool. Cool. Hopefully I answered your question. If not, just ask another question on top of that.
Yeah, it looks like so far from what she said, because she chimed in again and asked for what she said, that she wanted a better return and wanted to change it up to keep moving to the next level.
Yeah, that's true. Like the real estate industry, man. I know when I first got into it, that was my main goal. Like I was like, I want to be able to predict the industry. Like that was my thing. I was like, I want to know the industry so well that I can predict the cycles, because it's a cycle that's coming. Mm-hmm. You got certain times where new construction, works, and certain times where it don't. You got certain times where you better buy your properties on buy and hold because it's cheap right now. Certain times like right now, it's not as cheap as it was in 2012. But on a fix and flip, it's hot right now because properties are higher. So it's like different strategies work for different times in the market. So it is like a real timing thing where if you do decide like, yeah, I'm going to get into new construction, don't wait until 2019 when Trump got the whole interest rates all crazy and all the market then turned around and we ain't back in a recession. And now you decide you want to get into new construction. That, it wouldn't be the right timing. But if you at the place where, Trump has some things where the interest rate go up and the property values go down, then it might be a good time for you to get into some multifamily, because now they're going to be a little cheaper, as far as that's concerned, but the rents usually ain't going to go down. The rents is going to stay good. But I know, the multifamilies are just hard to manage. That capital X, that kills people every time. Those expenses, you just don't expect it, you just don't expect it coming. So I think the multifamily is easier to manage, but it's a timing thing, definitely.
Right. And looks like we also had a question from Ashley Cooper. She asked, does being an investor make you more? And as far as that, I guess, Tracy, you can kind of answer that on the agent side as well as the investor side.
I was wondering, I was like, does being an investor make you more than what? But being an agent, does it make you more than being an agent? Because I guess that was implied. Because I was like, does it make you more than being a business owner, a brick and mortar business owner? Does it make you more than being
so Ashley Cooper, if you can elaborate on that question in the comments.
Yeah, so it seemed like she was talking about an agent perspective, because that's kind of what we were talking about before. So I'll just answer the question along those lines. But, me and my personal opinion, that's why I said it's like a personal choice, because I'm a numbers guy. I don't like small talk and like holding people's hands to properties, riding them around in my car, patting them on the butt, giving them gifts, and those are the things that wearing a suit, like those are the things that agents do. I don't like those things. So when I came into the real estate investing game, it's like, all I got to do is get a property, it's the right numbers, hit a buyer up, they ready to go. We ain't even got to see each other. I ain't got to get dressed. I'm in the house. If I do get dressed, I'm at the property with some Timbs on and a fitted hat, like a construction worker, just chilling with a business card and talk professional, and I can be me. And so that was just my personal choice. But on the money side, no, I don't have to split the fee with my broker. I still have a broker, so I still pay my broker every month $50 a month. I'm with EXP Realty. And so I still pay them $50 a month. They're an awesome brokerage. They let me kind of do what I want and stuff like that. And so I still have the ability to be an agent when I want. I have access to the database being an agent, so I have access to MLS and things like that. So it has its perks, but at the same time, it just fits me better. And then when the checks do come in, I just feel like I didn't have to work as hard, and I work being me, and I get to not split it. I got an 80-20 split with my broker. Some agents that have 60-40 splits, 50-50 splits, and the broker ain't doing nothing, and you doing all the work. I just don't, I don't really dig that as much. So I get to take 100% of what I want in my real estate investing LLC's name, because I'm not in my agent capacity. I'm in my real estate investing LLC's name, and I'm approaching it differently with a different contract, with a different hat on as the principal involved in the equity and the interest of the deal, different than me being an investor. So to me, yeah, I make a little bit more money because I'm comfortable and I get to be me while I'm doing it, versus somebody else. They always want to be the best, $1 million agent, and they like dressing up in a suit, and they like, patting people on the butt and doing those type of things. And so they can make a whole lot of money as an agent. I know some millionaire agents out there, definitely, for sure. But that just wasn't the path that I chose to take. And I also feel like real estate investing gives more people an opportunity, because being an agent, you have to pay for classes, you have to pass the classes and know how to go to school. Then you have to keep up with the monetary payment on your brokerage and things like that, and the things that you need, your real estate key. I got to pay for a key every month. I got to pay. There's all types of monthly fees that I got to pay as an agent. And then to even pass the test and get your license, you got to have a clear background. You got to, all of these things and stuff like that. It's just a lot that it's a lot of barriers versus being a real estate investor. It's a lower barrier to entry. And then also you do have more control over your business, if that makes sense. Yeah. No more other questions. If there's no other questions, we was going to dive a little bit more into wholesaling. And I don't know if, I was thinking, Darl, maybe you can take them through one of your recent deals. And then I was going to jump in and take them through a lease option deal. And this is, like I said, one of the lower risk strategies. It seems like we have some people on that, either are agent or have some properties, which is cool. And we'll go into some other strategies too. But we're going to start off with the lower risk strategies, how you can get in here, don't use none of your own money, none of your own credit, low risk, but still learn the game. And then once you learn it and you got everything established, you got a system, then you can do fix and flips and make that money and not really risk as much as or have to buy the right buy and hold properties that you need, or use the right strategy with those buy and hold properties to be able to move right up into the the next system. So you want to go into a recent deal that you just closed, bro?
Yeah, what's going on, people? As far as a recent deal, well, first off, I'm going to explain. You guys can leave comments if you don't already. You can leave comments asking what wholesaling is. Just really very brief. Wholesaling, you go out there, get a house under contract with any kind of seller. They're looking to sell. You get it under contract. What you do with that contract is you flip that contract to an end buyer, and that's where people get hung up. They're like, what do you mean end buyer? Like, and that's when people want you to join their courses and all this extra stuff. They don't elaborate on that. End buyer meaning, for the most part, is an investor. Now there are regular average Joes that have money just sitting around, but you're pretty much flipping your contract to another investor, and that is by far probably the easiest route in real estate, especially people like Ashley Cooper, who asked which one is is being an investor easier. Yeah, you can just come off the street. Like, perfect example, one of my business partners, when we first started this thing a couple of years ago, he has a family, so he didn't really have a lot of money on hand. And he went through a deal, found it on Craigslist, got it under contract. It was some work involved, but it was $4,000. and he literally used $0. Like it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool to watch that. So yeah, definitely wholesaling. You guys can leave comments about it. But as far as wholesaling, I have so many stories. It's crazy. Because I don't want to make it seem like it's super easy. That's just like anything in life. Anybody in here, whatever you do, I'm pretty sure if I tried to do it for a day, it would be a little crazy. But but as far as wholesaling, one of my most recent deals, let me see, because trying to close a couple now, and let's see. Well, first off, let me let me just go ahead and talk about a recent deal, and then just kind of break it down as far as what you can do and how you can be helped through it. But me, I'm a firefighter, so I can't lie. I do have a lot of time on my hands. We only work 10 days a month. It's 24-hour shifts, but it's 10 days a month. I have a lot of time on my hands. A lot of people that have 9 to 5s, you kind of, you're 9 to 5 in it. You can't really, you know, be active like that in the real estate. But on your days off, this is where you can set your appointments up for your days off. You can well, I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. But let's talk about a recent deal. Matter of fact, because most of you probably haven't seen the interview myself and Tavon has done. Pretty much, there's a seller. She's going under foreclosure. She was referred to me by a partner of mine, by a coworker actually, and she was gonna lose the house. Well, I ended up getting it under contract. I knew an investor who could move quickly, so I flipped the contract to him, and the difference between the contract and what I had it under contract, the difference between the contract from the investor and myself and the seller and myself was 7 grand, and we made that happen in 2 weeks. And that literally came, that was no money out of my pocket. So that's what we like to teach you guys. Like I said, it's so simple. It's so simple. You see me, I'm relatively young. Hopefully I look young to you guys. I'm 25. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I started this thing when I was 23. Um, for the most part, I drive a 1986 Cutlass. I don't know if you guys really, know too much about, old schools, but I'm not fancy pulling up to these meetings and properties. Like I'm just going off just me being genuine. Like I'm not trying to come at people all fancy, putting this fake facade on, coming at you all flashy. I don't do that. Um, so I just, pretty much keep it real with you guys, and just pull up to these properties, get them under contract, and flip them to investors. So that's pretty much what wholesaling is. It's nothing too. I don't want to go all in depth. The contract that you use with the investor is called an assignment contract, and then the contract that you use for the seller is a standard purchase and sales contract. So it's definitely legal. A lot of people have. How do you connect with investors? Good question, Anisha. There's Bigger Pockets, there's LinkedIn, there's real estate investor association meetings. Um, those definitely you can write those down if you are taking notes. But that's how you find investors. So when you get these properties on contract, go on Bigger Pockets. You can go to LinkedIn. You can go to your real estate investor association meetings. You can Google it wherever you're at, and that's how you get connected with investors. And that's what I've done. And like I said, it definitely works. Um, let's see.
Those, if I could just jump in and kind of just piggyback on what you were saying about how to meet investors and things like that. Once you get a deal done, in my experience, one of the best places to go get rid of your deal is one of those RIA meetings in whatever city or state that you're in, because I can guarantee you, as soon as you walk through the door, people are going to ask you if you have things on contract. They're going to be right in the middle of the game. Everybody in there is serious. They're ready to go. They're ready to make some money. And those are one of the best places to get a lot of value too. You know, if you're looking for, you know, a lot of help as far as where to get started, you know, besides networking with us, you know, you're really trying to build your network of experienced investors and just people that you can do business with, the RIA meetings, and then you have meetup groups and stuff like that. Because I've found a lot of different investor meetup groups out here, and those are the best ways to get rid of a lot of your deals, because you're meeting up with people that are in the trenches right now doing deals and, you know, making money and putting out money to do deals. So that's definitely one of the best places to go.
That's crazy, because we actually just because I have a coaching student right now, and we just answered this question. Darl just answered this question for him. As soon as he walked in the door, that was the question that my coaching student was asking when Darl walked through the door of my house, and he was able to answer as soon as he walked in the door. Like, I can tell you right there, I answered that question for you. But basically, my coaching student, I started with him. Well, today is day 7. I have a 7-day jumpstart course. I started with him 7 days ago. Today is day 7. On day 3, he got an offer accepted on his property, you know, and he got the contract signed the next day. And now he's about to start marketing this property right now. So, like, literally what Darl said, like, you know, you can walk off the street. He don't know anything about real estate investing. He's a veteran. He's on disability out of the military, you know, and he just like, you know, I want to get into real estate investing. I've been thinking about it. He hit me up. He got my course. And then literally 3 days later, after we on the phone with some sellers, he get an offer accepted on the property. And then after that, he get the offer accepted. He get his contract signed, and now he has 2 more appointments that he just went on today. I thought he was going to jump on, but I know that he had a seller appointment, so he wasn't able to jump on and share with y'all what's going on. But so that's 3 seller appointments, 3 potential deals that he's about to get in a 7-day time frame. There's not really too many ways that you can make, and this is like $5,000 plus, you know, profits that we're talking about. And so, you know, in the course of 7 days, he got 3 potential deals. That's $15 potentially, where 1 is on contract. So that's basically $5,000 that we already kind of checking off that we're going to resell. And then 2 seller appointments that he could potentially go for and get even more deals. So within 7 days, you can make $15,000 profit, none of your own money, none of your own credit, not knowing any real estate knowledge. Like that's why we have people start off with these real estate investing strategies first. And then once you have the capital, when you bring it in a little, you know, 1 deal a month is $5,000 a month. That'll replace some people's income. So that'll replace some people profit in their business. I mean, I've been a brick and mortar business. I know what it is when you're a business owner. It feels real good. You got your own business. You got this building, but you got all these responsibilities. You barely making it out of the red sometimes, and you can do, you know, a deal or two, $5,000, $10,000, and have your business be chilling. You know, you don't be as stressed. So that's what I'm saying. I recommend a lot of people starting with these lower risk strategies. Even then, if you don't start with the lower risk strategy, you still have ways that you can get into doing the other strategies, but just do it the right way. Have the right team around you. You know what I mean? Have the right things in place so that you can have the lower risk. And then you can go into doing some of the fix and flips, some of the buy and holds, the new construction, the multifamilies. I mean, new construction and multifamily, guys, is like, you know, that's where some big bucks is at, but there's some higher risk there as well. And so if you go into it and you do a multifamily or commercial deal or a new construction, then, you know, you can also partner with people, do it as a group, you know, lower your risk a little bit. Everybody brings some capital to the table. So if all of us right now, you know, it's 4 of us right now. Hey, what's up, King? How you doing, man? There's 4 of us right now. We all decided we're going to put, you know, $50,000 on the plate right now. We're going to go flip that in, you know, into new construction, because we all kind of have experience now. That we all can, we have some capital since we did some deals. Now we can go into the bigger phases and the bigger, higher risk. And it'd be less risk because we're doing it as a group, if that kind of makes sense. So yeah, man, when you think about it, it's just, it's better to try to get in there and make a couple deals happen. But I know you just joined, King. I don't know if you want to kind of introduce yourself and what you do in real estate and what you do full time, because we kind of talking about that.
Okay. Basically, what I do full time right now at the moment, I'm dealing with some cash buyers, and I'm dealing with my regular clientele as well. So what I try to do is mix both businesses in. You know, I'm a barber by trade, but I get these guys in, I build my relationships with them, and then I go ahead and I provide services for them.
I think you're a little low. I don't think we can hear you that well.
Is this better?
Yeah, that's a little better.
So basically, I was saying was right now I'm currently working with some cash buyers, trying to find them some other resources of financing so they can keep their cash in their pocket and use these funds that's available for these real estate investors. So they have some good opportunities right now for private money. And I just wanted to share basically the system and program that they have in place that I think that could be beneficial to the team.
Oh yeah, no, that's what's up, man. Definitely. I mean, that's what I was saying. There's so many different ways. I don't even think I mentioned private lending as one of the ways that you can get into real estate investing. I mean, it's lending, but it's still a part of the real estate industry because you're lending on an asset that you know is not going to be stolen tomorrow or just disappear like a stock. You know, you're lending something on an asset that's placed in the ground that if somebody defaults on that loan, you can just take the asset, resell the asset, and get it back. And so if you have some capital and you don't have any time, you know, to do this thing, you can literally get into private, be a private investor, put it into a real estate project with somebody that know what they're doing, and just get your cash flow going. And you don't even have to worry about a lot of the risks or the headache of dealing with the property or the flip or the bill, just the, you know, the capital investing. And so private lending is definitely something big that, you know, like I said, even if you have some money, you're eventually going to want to put your money into real estate because it's the most stable, less risk assets you could do as far as getting a return on your investment. So yeah, man, thanks for bringing that up as far as the private lending is concerned and stuff like that, man. Definitely.
Yes. So at this moment, Trey, I'm just I've been building out the resources. Did a wholesale deal not too long ago with one of my partners, but other than that, I'm looking to do a fix and flip myself and some buy and hold and use the private money resource to do it. However, I know that we have to buy in a circle in order to make it make sense, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Yeah, we were talking about that too, like timing and then also just, you know, just having a team and being able to do that.
Right.
But yeah, if you use some private money to be able to do those flips, it's a lot more comfortable than when you're using hard money and you're getting that type of financing. There's different types of financing you can use for deals, and this is for the people that want to get into the fix and flipping and the buy and hold. I mean, you can get private funds, use private lenders as your lenders. You can do hard money. You can do portfolio lending if you already have properties that portfolio lend because you have those. You can also pull your equity out, which is different. And then you can also go to get conventional loans from the bank, you know, the traditional way you go to get financing too. But there's all different ways that you can kind of pull financing too if you want to get into some of the bigger deals and have less expenses as far as your interest is concerned, or even just as far as, you know, the stress is concerned. I know when you got private money, they're a little bit less stressful than somebody being on top of your head for hard money or the traditional banks when they want their stuff on time, every time, and for a higher rate a lot of times. Or they want more money down even. You go to private, you know, private lender, they might even want any money down. Or a portfolio lender, they might not want anything down. They just take that leverage or that risk away from the asset. So yeah, it's different ways.
About to see if I can share with you. Can I share a picture?
You should be able to share it with the little green button that says share at the. Well, I don't know. Are you on a laptop or on your phone?
I'm actually on my phone.
Yeah, you're not gonna be able to share it on your phone. No, we ain't gonna be able to see it on your phone. But if you was on a computer, you would have been able to. But that's cool. I mean, we're gonna still have people that really be able to reach out to us and contact us. You can really contact us through fairofferbuyers.com. Fair FAIR offer OFFER buyers BUYERS @gmail.com. So that's fairofferbuyers@gmail.com, and that's also our website, fairofferbuyers.com. So fairofferbuyers.com is our website, is our real estate investing website, and then fairofferbuyers@gmail.com is where you can contact us through email. And so what we want to do is people who are really serious about either getting started in some of the lower risk investment strategies, or if you want to get started in some of the higher risk investment strategies and level up where you at right now, you got a higher goal or you want to get bigger return, and where can you take that? Like I said, I work with so many people, man. I've worked with big hedge funds that have billions of dollars buying 300 homes a month from foreclosure auctions where I'm at the foreclosure auction every month buying them houses, to property management companies and switching our whole portfolios over, to small real estate investors that's just starting for the first time, to people who don't know nothing about real estate, to getting started and making their first $5,000-$10,000, off of deals. Any spectrum, we are willing to help you out, but we're willing to do a one-on-one coaching call, and it'll be one-on-one where we're with you, we're on the phone with you. We try to figure out where you at right now and what's your goal. What's the best way for you to get there? And if you decide that you want to have us help you to get there, we're willing to have you help. We have different ways that you can kind of sign up and you can work with us to be able to get there. So contact us through email. That's fairofferbuyers@gmail.com. You can contact us through email. Then we'll be able to hop on a call with you and personally, figure out where you at, where you're trying to go. And then we can just work from there, guys. And all of us is available. It's more of us. This is just kind of a few people that we that was able to get on at the last second tonight. Just to kind of bring this information to you guys, but we got a whole team, and we help each other out. We contact each other through, we use Polio. Polio chat is like one of the biggest things that keep us all together, and we able to motivate each other every day and kind of contact each other on how to do different strategies and where we at. And we just stay intricate involved with each other, but it's kind of a bunch of us that do that. So we would love to have you if you really try to make some money in this industry right now, in this economy, y'all. Like, seriously. I mean, really, Trump is gonna set us up where we're gonna be able to make even more money with less taxes taken out of this income that we're making, because this income is tax-free right now. Trump said he's gonna knock it from 35% down to 15% that we're gonna have to be able to give back to the government. I suggest y'all to make a whole lot of money over the next 4 years. This is the time right now. So if you're trying to do that, man, hit us up, contact us whenever. I don't know if you guys have any last words. I think Darl jumped off. I don't know where he went, but he jumped off, but that's cool. We're around, guys. We're doing this. So you guys want to say anything before we go?
All I want to say, is just, if you're really serious about changing your life, or just, bettering your life, enhancing what you got going on, even if you are experienced or if you have no experience, we're here to help you. That's what we set out to do, just in general. That's our goal. That's our dream, is to help as many people as possible, in as many ways as we can. And real estate just happens to be one of the vehicles. And that's just one of our vehicles. This vehicle is going to take us so much further, and we're going to drop it into so many different avenues that's going to help so many people. Right now, that's one of the best ways to build up our community, is to get a hold of real estate, start getting some land, and ownership. So that's where we at right now.
Absolutely. You want to say anything, Ashley?
What's up, Ashley?
Everybody else viewing. But basically the same thing Tavon said. We just have to be serious with, building a legacy, creating, having something to pass on to another loved one, and to just be serious about it. It's all about action. You can't talk about it no more. I'm tired of hearing y'all talk. Time to take some action in. The time is right now, like you said, with Trump being in office. So the opportunities are here. The avenues are here. The proper training is here. So it's up to you to make a decision to move forward and create financial freedom for you and your family. So by the end of the day, it's up to you. We can't force you nothing.
Yeah, so easy, y'all. So easy, man. Too easy. All right, y'all. We out of here. Enjoy the rest of your night. Peace, love. See you guys later.